I'm Claire Pearce. I'm an optometrist at Pearce and Blackmore Opticians in Cardiff. I started to learn sign language probably around about 15 years ago. It's a recognised language of our country as well as a British language. And I just feel like everybody should have access to a sight test that's accessible in their first language if possible. If you speak to like BSL users, they will all have an experience of going for a medical appointment that has been awful because of communication. If you are speaking somebody's first language, then their understanding and their comprehension of the advice that is given is definitely going to be improved. If they feel relaxed, you know, you've not got a whole side of your brain that's kind of worked and being a bit anxious about not understanding, the whole environment just feels much more relaxed when you are able to converse in their own language. Then they're able to go away hopefully with the questions answered rather than more questions or more worries in their head. 15 years ago, if I saw that I had a deaf patient come to see me, I would be really nervous. But now I feel like I don't particularly need a longer amount of time because I'm just much more relaxed. You need to build your confidence because it's quite nerve-wracking to start off with when you don't really know a language very well, but having friends that you can practice with is one of the best things that you can do, really. It's a very descriptive language and you kind of use your facial expressions, so you need to kind of lose a bit of your embarrassment of maybe what your face looks like when you're doing it. And if you're not sure what it is, you can kind of like act it out as well. It's quite a fun language. Every optom can be deaf aware. Really simple things like make sure you're looking at the patient, make sure they can see your mouth as well, so they will use your lips and be able to understand a lot more. You don't need to shout as well, so just speak clearly, explain what you're going to do before you do it. So if somebody is hearing, you can switch the lights off and keep explaining what you're doing. But a deaf person or somebody who's hard of hearing, just explain first, say, right, this is what's going to happen, then switch the lights off. And then you can continue doing it as well. And just be patient as well. Just because somebody can't hear, it's not a reason that you should feel irritated by it. It just, take your time, repeat it if necessary. But the most important thing is just have eye contact and face-to-face with them. I still use the same chart, so use Snellen. One of the biggest probably adjustments that's best is, I don't have a phoropter head, but if people do use one, if you pop that up and then you're kind of chatting to the deaf patient, they cannot see it. So they'll, I've had one of my friends describe it. They were like, fine, look, okay, back again. She's just like, oh my gosh, it's so annoying because I can't see. I don't know what you're saying, but I know you're saying something. So just using the trial frame. So then you can just look, you're still looking through that, you're not got that kind of back and forth. If I was going to go get them on the slit lamp, normally I would just switch the lights off and then I was explain as I bring it round. But it's just remembering, just do it in a slightly different order. Before you switch the lights off, say, right, actually, I'm going to do this. And then if you want to do something that's different to normal, pop the lights back on. Once you start, you realise that it's not quite so scary and it's okay if you do get it wrong. But it's the kind of getting over the first hurdle really is the most nerve-wracking. I'd love to see like universities just have like the BSL alphabet, because that and deaf awareness are things that are relatively easy to add in, but would make a massive difference. I would fight to say it's kind of compulsory really for optoms to be deaf aware minimum, and then be able to do the BSL alphabet. Be great. So being able to say that what your name is, I think is great. So if you like, name is just like two fingers, so you kind of say a name, and then if you can get to the point you can learn the alphabet, just even being able to say like what the first letter of what you're saying is just going to really enhance that. And obviously on our job, if you can say like, is it better with or without? Better one or two. So better is like that. So you get two thumbs and just go better and then one or two, or better with or without. Just ask, that's kind of ask, which is better. And then again, if you're going to do your name, so you do kind of, I say my name is Claire, CLARE, like that. So the vowels are A, E, I, O, U. Yeah, it's got 5 easy ones there.